Hello, my name is Karim Ahmed from Section 1.
And I'm Adam Kamil from Section 1.
So that's right. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about a movie called Parasite. Parasite is a movie set in South Korea which explores themes of power, class, and deception. The plot centers around a character called Ki-woo and the rest of his family, the Kim family. The family infiltrate the wealthy Park household, and what they do is they deceive the rich Park family into firing their old staff so they could take over that sector.
After watching this Oscar winning movie by Bong Joon Ho, we decided to apply a Marxist lens. In doing so, we discovered that the director Bong Joon Ho critiques economic structures by camera angles, motifs, and important symbols.
So, Adam, in what ways does the movie critique economic structures using the first and last scenes?
Well, Karim, so the use of visual metaphors and camera angles, Bong Joon Ho critiques economic structures showing the non-escapable, pathetic living of the underclass. The opening shot of the movie showcases the Kim family's window. A camera shot looks out of the window, showing a bull world. In front of the window, a silk chandelier is hung. The family looks out the window that is situated on the ground, and then skip forward to the end of the movie, where the same camera angles are shown to look down on Kiwoo as it shows the window and the same silk chandelier, this time in winter. Low angle shots depict the house to be underground. Unsaturated and dull colors outside of the window suggest poverty. The bars on the window symbolize the family's imprisonment in the underclass, as they are literally below everything and everyone. Added to this, the silk chandelier, instead of an actual luxury chandelier, further represents the state of poverty they are in. The family, always looking up into the window, portrays them as powerless and vulnerable. As the camera is looking down into the family, the ending of the movie is the exact same as the beginning, symbolizing a full circle, showing the never-ending cycle of poverty. The fact that winter further symbolizes the end of a cycle, where the bars on the window established a trapped environment. The audience experiences and feels the struggle of living in an impoverished setting. And the end that the writer brings also shows the end of Q's dreams and aspirations of success and wealth. Thus, the director highlights the class structures in South Korea, creating a trapped feeling that indicates the lack of upward social mobility in the country. Furthermore, the director shows the underclass social status as being powerless, dirty underneath society. Therefore, Bong Joon Ho depicts economic structure through various camera angles and visual metaphors of cycles.
That's excellent. I was particularly interested in the cycle symbol you mentioned about the end scene being the same as the beginning.
Thank you, Karim. But I'm wondering, how else has Bong Joon Ho depicted class structure in Parasite?
Well, Kamil, through the use of important motifs in the climax of the movie, the director Bong Joon-ho depicts the inescapable poverty in South Korea. So Ki-woo runs down to the basement in the wealthy family's house holding his rock in an attempt to kill the basement guy. However, he drops the rock and instead the basement guy traps him with a rope. Ki-woo runs up the stairs with the rope still attached to his neck, hoping the basement guy won't catch up to him. But at the summit of the stairwell, Ki-woo falls and the basement guy proceeds to crush him using his stone. The basement guy then gets a knife, runs up to Jessica and stabs her with a knife, killing her. The movie then ends with Ki-woo dreaming of buying the house and living in euphoria with his father. Being introduced in this scene, the rope is a motif showing the inescapable poverty, as the rope keeps him bound to poverty. Throughout the movie, going up the stairs meant going up the social ladder. As Ki-woo makes it to the top of the stairs, the rope holds him back before he could reach the upper class, or like as if he was running up the stairs and into wealth. The rock throughout the movie also held as a motif for aspirations and success, and also wealth. Ki-woo gets crushed by the rock, and the fact that Ki-woo is crushed by the stone shows like the dead hopes and crushed dreams, and like the impossibility to be successful. The rope holding Ki-woo back from climbing the social ladder further develops the message that there is no escape from poverty. The fact he climbed up the ladder, but this effort is obstructed by the rope, demonstrates the impossible upwards mobility in South Korea. So, additionally, Jessica being killed further enforced the idea that there is no escape from the lower class, as she was the closest person to reaching that goal. Throughout the movie, we find out that Jessica is the closest person to being class conscious, and if she were to stay alive, that would defeat the message of impossible upwards mobility, as Jessica would probably be the only one who could reach higher than the rest of the family and escape the lower class. And through this, a hopeless mood is developed when Kiwoo is crushed by his aspirations, and the optimistic dream that Kiwoo has at the end of the movie further shows how he is tortured by his aspirations that will forever be out of reach because of his status in poverty. This being the climax of Parasite further portrays the economic struggles that are present in South Korea, and the climax symbolically shows the lack of upward social mobility and the inescapable poverty. And the ending of the movie gives the audience like the false hope for Kiwoo's dream of buying the house, which also shows like the false consciousness that you have in being in the lower class. And the lead actor Choi Woo Shi, who is Kiwoo's actor, mentioned in a tweet that it would take 564 years for Kiwoo to actually save up the money in order to buy the house. And this quote shows the quite literal impossible escape from poverty that the underclass is tormented within South Korea. And henceforth, Bong Joon-ho critiques economic structures by showcasing the inescapable poverty in South Korea.
Karim, I loved your points regarding the various motives in the climax scene.
Thank you, Mr. Kemal. So, combining our work, what do you think can be inferred about class structures?
Well, as you can see, we both showed how Bong Joon-ho critiqued the economic structures to show us the inescapable and uncrossable poverty line, which is present in everybody's lives no matter which economic class you're in.
And yes, that's right, the director really shows us the absent ability for upward social mobility. However, there is a difference in between. What we found is that in the first example, Bong Joon-ho focuses more on the setting to show his critique rather than using the characters to do so.
You're correct. Setting plays a bigger part in the first and last scenes more than the characters themselves. So what did you learn this mini-unit?
Well, I learned how to analyze movies, like specifically finding level 1 material. It was very exciting. I also learned how to apply a lens while watching movies in order to look for any Marxist critiques or any messages or overall aspects that are worth analyzing. What about you?
Well, I learned how to analyze different scenes and frames from a movie to get the bigger picture or find the message behind the movie.
Right, I'll be sure to apply these skills to other visual texts I engage with in the future, as well as what I know about Marxist criticisms of literature.
Me too! Anyways, thanks for listening to our podcast. Be sure to check in next time.